Welcome, everyone, to Rosemont, Illinois. We're just across the street from O'Hare International Airport. You will find Parkway Bank Sports Complex, the site of the second half of the AUSL's inaugural season getting started with a doubleheader starting with Bandits and Volts in front of a sold-out crowd who has just been yearning for softball over this last 2 weeks since we've been off. Alongside the two-time All-American Amanda Scarborough, I'm Chucky Kempf. All roads lead to Tuscaloosa in less than 3 weeks for the first ever AUSL championship. What defines the second half of the season to you?
I think for the top of the standings with the Bandits and also the Talons, it's sustaining. They had so much success in the first half, and for the Volts and the Blazes, can they pick it up? Can they use that break as a reset? Because when you go into the second part of the season, it has been all Bandits and Talons at the top, especially with the Bandits offense. I mean, really, it's complete softball that the Bandits have been playing in the circle, defensively, and at the plate. But when you look at the league standings and statistics, when it comes down to offense, they lead the AUSL in batting average, home runs, OPS, extra base hits. Top to bottom, their offense is getting the job done. And then with the Talents, they've been swinging it too. But let's be honest, when Georgina Korik and Megan Framo, their aces, came back from Japan in the second half of the first half, they started to just feel like an even more complete team, winning 8 of their last 9 games, playing solid softball, and a lot of come from behind wins too.
Hannah Flippin's been tremendous, one of the most elite players offensively and defensively for the Talons, maybe one of the front runners for MVP this year. On the other side, Amanda, the Volts, third in the standings. They certainly have the firepower and the name power to do it.
Absolutely. All-stars top to bottom. They just only had 4 wins in the first part of the season, but they led the league in ERA and opposing batting average against, with who I thought threw the best out of any pitcher in the league, Rachel Garcia and Peyton Gottschall. A couple of the best ERAs in the league are from 2 of the Volts pitchers, and you know that they have the offense behind those pitchers to put up some big runs. And then what about the Blaze? They're currently in 4th place, but they have the hitter that has really put up some of the best numbers from game 1. Bailey Klingler has been swinging it, leading the league in batting average through the first 12 games of the season. She has been so hot, and the rest of the Blaze offense caught fire behind her.
Bandits, Talons, 9-3 atop the standings. Volts and Blaze, 5 and 7 games back respectively. 12 games left in this season. We are less than 3 weeks from having 2 of these teams in Tuscaloosa for the first ever AUSL Championship Series. Here's who the Bandits send to the lineup. The top 3 dynamic. Sydney McKinney down at the bottom is having a tremendous season as well. You mentioned Erin Coffel. She has been as clutch as anyone this year to go with all these crazy numbers. 16 RBIs to lead the league. Bandits coming off just their 3rd loss of the season in the final game of the first half to the Blaze as Zerkle swings through the first pitch from Rachel Garcia, the 4th overall selection in the AUSL draft earlier this year, the first for the Volts. 2-3 on the season, a 3.17 ERA, and really that was elevated because of one outing against the Bandits in Sulphur, Louisiana, in which she didn't make it out of the first inning. Didn't actually record an out in that one, which she does here to lead off Zerkle.
Yeah, she's looked really good, and her stuff has been moving. I feel like her rise ball has been electric. Her drop ball has been an off-speed pitch that she's thrown, so being able to split the zone vertically. But, I mean, the stuff that Rachel Garcia has shown these hitters has looked really, really good.
Now sees Skylar Wallace in the 2-hole. Skylar hitting .359, a few doubles, has a couple home runs on the season, 6 RBIs. He's also been part of a league best 16 stolen bases for the Bandits as a team. Wallace has swiped 5 of them. One of the most dynamic players in the league, the 11th overall selection in the AUSL inaugural draft.
We talked about those extra base hits and home runs that the Bandits have, which maybe in the home run category didn't necessarily see coming with that, but leading the league also in stolen bases. So when you look at the Bandits offense, they have the pop, the extra base hits, the home runs, and they have the speed, which I'm talking to Stacey Newman-Denise, their head coach. She knew that they were going to have that speed. It's been the pop with home runs that surprised her a bit.
Top to bottom too, 7 players with multiple home runs on the season. This one won't leave the infield, and it won't leave the field at all. Tiare Jennings makes the catch in foul territory. A couple pop-outs for Rachel to start.
A couple of soft contact, easy outs for her defense. And this is the first half, which she threw the most, leaning on her curveball 32% of the time, her drop ball that's an off-speed drop ball at 22% of the time, and her rise ball that is her best chase pitch 21% of the time. But a lot of variation, 8 different pitch types that Rachel has used in the first half.
Here in Coffel sees one pitch that hits her. She has been hit a league-high 8 times.
Right fielder, number 48, Nickles-Ca.
Breaks up the 1-2-3 inning for Rachel Garcia. Fourth meeting between these two teams. Played back a few weeks ago in Sulphur, Louisiana. The Bandits swept the Volts in 3 games. The Volts finished the first half of the season in Norman, Oklahoma, being swept by the Talons in 4 games.
You know the Volts are hungry for a win against the Bandits because of that, but just hungry for a win against a team not named the Blaze. And the wins have come for the Volts. It's been against the Blaze, so going up against the Bandits and the Talons, you know that they want to win one, especially after getting swept.
It's a direct route to climb the standings because this is one of the teams you're looking up at right now. Garcia hits the outside corner to Bubba Nickles-Ca. Bubba and Rachel go back to their UCLA days. Bubba's only struck out 5 times this year. 3 of them came in 1 game against Rachel Garcia in that Sulphur series. Ground ball right side, Sierra Romero, and caught by Jennings, keeping her foot on the bag. They will not challenge, it appears. Garcia hits a batter, but a clean first inning. Volts looking for a big win to start the second half.
Most coaches in America.
Nothing doing top half for the Bandits. Volts get a chance to take an early lead here in the only meeting with this team this week. They'll meet again in about 10 days' time in Texas for a 4-game series. This would be a very important one, though, down the stretch for the Volts. Amanda Lorenz not leading off tonight. They have made that change in the lineup. We've been used to seeing Amanda lead off for years now as a professional and going back to her time at Florida. She drops down to the 2-hole, maybe some run production there behind the rookie Danica Coffey out of LSU, with Romero and Jennings rounding out the top 4. Another LSU Tiger in the 9 spot, Sierra Briggs, who was traded as Lorenz is swinging first pitch, and Dayton tracks it down in foul territory. Well, that's exactly how you want to start if you're Emily Kennedy, the left-hander from the Woodlands, Texas, who just finished up her college career at Texas A&M this year, the 7th overall pick in the AUSL college draft, which might be a little low to some if they've seen what she's done this season. And being the hard-throwing lefty she is, which there aren't a lot of.
Not a lot at all. 70 registering on the gun there from the left-hand side. Really tall pitcher, likes to spin the ball more up in the zone with her rise. Had some good outings the first half.
This is Amanda Lorenz. I said Lorenz lined out. I'm so used to, we talked about this before the break, that the one thing you know with the Volts is you can put Amanda Lorenz in the leadoff spot and in left field.
That's so true.
They've made that change. Here is Amanda Lorenz after Coffey lined out.
I'll be honest, I didn't even notice it because I'm so used to it. But great swing by Danica Coffey. 1 pitch went out for Kennedy, and now she gets to face Amanda Lorenz, who her last 2 games in Norman when we saw her was so hot.
Leads in almost all of the major offensive categories for the Volts. 16 hits, 4 doubles, has 2 home runs this year, both coming in the final game of the first half of the season, and a near comeback win for the Volts against the Talons, who will play later tonight against the Blaze here on this field. 3 straight days of doubleheaders in Rosemont before we break the teams up and go different ways this weekend. 3-2 count to Lorenz. Into center field, a lot of wind, as there always is here in Rosemont. Zerkle handles it, 2 outs.
And McKinney already throwing her changeup a good bit, especially to Amanda Lorenz there. And it's actually not one of her top 2 pitches. It's her 3rd most used pitch at 15% of the time. But more upspin with her, going to a rise ball at almost 50% of the time, mixed with that drop. So more vertical separation, rise, drop, mixed in that change too. That changeup the first half of the season, to me, looked the best it's looked in her entire career. Threw it several times to Amanda Lorenz there, and you know with Jordan Roberts back behind the plate, she will call that pitch often and force Kennedy to throw it.
Kennedy in the dirt, blocked up by Roberts as they face Sierra Romero now with nobody on base. Sierra, 3rd best average on the team at .314. Couple doubles to her name on the year. Watches that low for ball 2. Romero was the 45th pick in the AUSL draft. There were only 48 players total. She was the last selection by the Volts. Just incredible to think, though, Sierra Romero's 3-4 picks away from maybe having questions about where her career might be. And here she is having a great season. Very few work harder in the offseason. Trains with Skylar Wallace in Florida, the Bandits shortstop.
Well, and one of the few 300-plus hitters in this Volts lineup as a team, hitting 263. Only team in the league hitting below 300, which if you would have told softball fans that, if you would have told us that the Volts would be hitting under 300 and be the only team doing so at the beginning of the season, I think that nobody would have believed you because of the potential and the all-stars on this team.
Nice AB by Romero. Give them a 2-out base runner following suit, what the Bandits did in the first. Bandits way up there, about 80 points higher than the Volts in team batting average, but everybody over 300, like you mentioned, except the Volts. They've been streaky, Amanda, 6 times this year. They've scored 5 or more runs, but 4 of those have come against the Blaze, the only team they have wins over this year. But they've also scored 2 or less on 5 occasions.
Yeah, and in such a quick season with it just being 24 games, and we already played half of those games in part 1 of the season. I mean, this is a huge week for all 4 teams in Rosemont. You mentioned that we have back-to-back-to-back double headers, and for a team like the Bandits, they probably didn't want to go on break. They probably wanted to keep the good times rolling, and the Talons as well. And for the Volts and the Blaze, they probably wanted that break, just to have a chance to reset, regroup, and look at what the Bandits and the Talons did and say, okay, if they went 9-3 in the first half, why can't we do that? But it starts here. It starts today. You have to get back on track with this game here quickly.
Jennings fouled away. 3 straight full counts now against Kennedy. Tiare Jennings, the RBI and home run leader for this Volts team. Off the handle to Wallace, who takes care of Jennings. Both teams strand a runner in the first, 0-0 after 1. No runs, no hits, no errors between the Volts and the Bandits in the first inning. Second inning we go, and it's time to check in with Savannah Collins for the first time.
Well, last time out for these 2 teams was June 23rd. Some athletes went home for some R&R. Others competed with their national teams. And in that 2-week mid-season break, the Bandits missed each other. Jenny Dalton-Hill said that as a GM, it was so neat for her to get to see the team's group chat, the athletes texting about how they couldn't wait to be back together again. And it's something something that really is an identity of this team. When they got back here in Rosemont, they grabbed some coffee together, then they had a team dinner. You know, we talk a lot about the Bandits' stats, all the different categories they lead the league in, their 9-3 record, but I don't think it should be missed that this team spends a lot of time together off the field, and they just have fun. And honestly, it leads to the results they've had so far this season.
And Savannah, they've had their roster together too this whole time, essentially. A lot of these teams had 3-4 players missing at the beginning, whether they were in Japan or whether they were on the injured list. But the Bandits have been together since the beginning. They've taken advantage of those teams that didn't have their full rosters at the beginning, like the Talons, who were missing 3 key players on opening weekend. But this is a team that has gelled from day one, it seems like.
And they just had that synergy right away, playing with each other, playing for each other.
Wisz leads things off. He's played both corner spots on the infield this year, as well as done a little catching behind the plate for the Bandits. She's at first base tonight. 2-1, swings through it.
That is that drop ball that Rachel Garcia will bring in there and throw second most behind her curveball. Already early in this game, being able to locate that pitch through the zone. Later in the first half of the season that we just came off of before the break, that pitch is a little bit too low, like that more times than not. And I think a big key for Rachel Garcia is to be able to throw that drop ball through the zone so that hitters can't go up there and just take that speed and take that pitch once they see it moving down.
Inside to Wisz. She'll take first to lead off the second inning. Couple free passes allowed by Rachel Garcia in the first 2 frames, the only 2 base runners. Now Bella Dayton, who has really won that third outfielder spot for the Bandits, hitting .394 on the season. Corey McMillan, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, was the opening day starter in right field. Dayton has since been the regular out there. She's in left tonight. Her and Bubba Nichols, Camarena switched spots. But Dayton has been excellent. She's done it in a lot of different ways. Small ball's been a part of it with her speed, as that's foul.
Well, and their team has done it in a lot of different ways. There's just not one way that this Bandits team has been winning. And that's what Stacey Newman-Denise, their head coach for the Bandits, said, is that you have to play the game that is presented to you. Is it a tight game? Is it a pitcher's duel? Is it a situation or a time that leads itself to a 3-run home run? The Bandits have been able to fit whatever has been needed of them. And then now, she told us the one word is sustain. It's all about sustaining, not being perfect this second half, but sustaining. And kind of, I mean, they're in such a good place right now just to kind of sustain what they have been doing. They'll find themselves in Tuscaloosa as Rachel Garcia gets the chase and the strikeout of Bella Dayton, her first of the game. This is that rise ball that is her best chase pitch that got a couple of swings and misses from Dayton, expands the zone way up, and Rachel Garcia likes to see that early in the zone, chasing that rise ball well out. There are pitches that will set up that rise ball as we go on.
4th swing and miss that Garcia's got already. Great stop by Mulipola, but not quick enough to get Wisz, who got a great jump at first.
Another thing that the Bandits have prided themselves on. Delaney Wisz is not one of the fastest players on this team with Zerkle and Wallace in Dayton and McKinney, but they pride themselves on good base running and taking extra bases with the ball in the dirt like that.
That gets Devin Netz, who hobbles down to first base. Second batter Garcia has hit. Now it's 3 free passes for the runners who have reached. First and second, just one out for Jordan Roberts. A handful of Florida Gator connections in the AUSL. Roberts from Live Oak, Texas. Her 6th professional season with Athletes Unlimited. For those of you who hear that and wonder, why is it 6? The AUSL is brand new. There's been a previous format for Athletes Unlimited, that leaderboard setup where individuals move up and down. This is the first year of these 4 teams in the traditional league format. So some longtime pros are part of this inaugural AUSL season.
And players and fans have been loving it. The first half of the season was sellout after sellout, all wearing different teams' gear, their favorite team, their favorite players' gear with the Volts on it, the Bandits on it. I mean, just left and right, Chucky. We had sellout after sellout in several different states as we went all across the country, and we'll continue to do so as we head just after this to Omaha and Seattle and Salt Lake City, Round Rock, Texas. Another sellout tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So for all 3 days that we are here, all sellouts.
Somehow you and Danielle Laurie got the AUSL to come home to you. I see the hierarchy here.
We paid extra for that.
Yeah. Roberts swings through it. Strikeout number 2 of the inning for Rachel Garcia. Well, these teams do not yet have home bases. 10 different cities in this AUSL regular season and postseason. It all culminates in a best-of-3 championship series in Tuscaloosa, Alabama at the end of July. How much would the Talons and a former superstar for the Crimson Tide, Montana Fouts, love to be there? They're in great position right now, tied atop the leaderboard with the Bandits. We'll see the Talons and Blaze coming up next.
Well, and I love that we're able to play in so many different parts of the country. It's just been really cool to watch, whether you're here in person like we get to be or watching games on TV that we're not actually calling. Get to call 6 games in 3 days here, a couple of a few double headers that we'll call. So many different ways to get on board. And you really, I mean, did you feel the momentum in that first half? Coming off of the Women's College World Series, that was the most watched Women's College World Series in history, and literally the next day starting the AUSL season, and it has just been momentum feeling after momentum feeling.
This is the bottom of the Bandits order. Sydney McKinney at third base tonight for Stacey Newman-Denise. McKinney having a special season so far. .472 average, 17 hits, his second best. They go McKinney, Zerkle, Wallace, Coffel, 9-1-2-3. That is about as good as it gets in the league. Maybe the best in the league based on the production. There's 3 of them right there in the top 5 of league batting average, all .430 and above. Alchin in there for the Talons, and Bailey Klingler leading the pack at a .500 average as McKinney goes down on strikes. Thought it was low. 3 strikeouts for Rachel Garcia to strand a couple runners.
Garcia with a little smile on her face. Not sure if this is the check swing or the call on the pitch, but either way, it's going to go down as a K.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is fueled by Gatorade and Poppy. Beautiful day in Rosemont, Illinois, just outside Chicago, next to O'Hare International Airport. 78 degrees. This is what you missed if you didn't see a lot of the first half of the season. Bandits and Talons, incredible. +40 run differential. 13-1 combined against the rest of the league. The Bandits, of course, the dynamic duo of Zerkle and Coffel. You throw McKinney in there, those numbers are video game-esque. The Volts pitching got it done. They just need more consistency out of their bats, and Rachel Garcia has given them a good start through 2 innings tonight. See what kind of offensive adjustments they can make as this game goes on against Emily Kennedy. She'll start off with a lefty and a national champion, Mia Scott out of Texas. Scott actually here because of the injury to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, who was off to a great start. The longtime veteran out of Florida was injured really early in the year. Mia Scott was selected out of the reserve player pool, and she has been with the Volts ever since.
Yeah, they're excited to be able to pick her up. Not excited, of course, about the injury to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, because that is what it took to be able to pull her up from the reserve pool. But coming off of tremendous career at Texas, winning a first national championship there, and being her best in the biggest moments in her college career. Just a dynamic athlete, the way that she plays third base, the way that she can run, the way that she can hit for power. Big strikeout there, though.
First of the night for Emily Kennedy. Kennedy off to a good start, has retired 4 of the first 5 in front of some AUSL royalty. The AUSL commissioner, Kim Ng, who has done an exceptional job in her very short tenure as commissioner. Partnership with the MLB announced on the opening day of the Women's College World Series. Just a massive news across the sporting world.
And a lot of people, a lot of big names in our sport of softball wanting to get involved because she's involved.
Lisa Fernandez, the general manager of the Talons, was one of those that told us Kim Ng being a part of this was a big reason she said yes and wanted to be a part of it. Rachel Garcia at the plate, fouls it straight back, 1-2 count against Kennedy.
I feel like these Volts hitters are looking a little bit more up than they are down against Kennedy, just based off of the numbers that she throws 47% rise ball, 30% drop, and only 15% change. And Jordan Roberts doing a great job of calling pitches against that.
Hard hit to Coffel. 2 up, 2 down here in the second.
I think I always say that when Jordan Roberts is calling pitches. Doing a great job calling pitches for this pitcher, for this pitcher. She just is able to adjust pitcher to pitcher, and she just really believes in off-speed pitches and changeups, even for a pitcher whose best pitch isn't that pitch. He wants you to throw it.
Getting another first pitch out here as Jesse Warren grounds out to Coffel, Emily Kennedy, and Jordan Roberts. Quite the battery through 2 innings, 0-0.
Hi, I'm Skylar Wallace, infielder with the Bandits, and this is my player profile. Right now, my favorite TikTok trend is probably the dance that I've been doing, or the one that's like, we can make arrangements. I think my perfect day off would look like sleeping in a little bit, getting some rest, some beauty sleep, getting some movement in, and then just hanging out, having fun with my friends. I think what interests me about learning about the brain is there's just so many things that go into having a thought. How you perceive things, how you look at things, how you read things, how you take that knowledge and memorize it is different to every single person. It's just so crazy that everyone is so similar but yet so different. And that's a wrap.
Out of 365 days, how many do you think Skylar Wallace actually takes off?
5.
I think that's high.
Really?
She's just so intense.
Yeah, no, she is. Loves to work out, hard worker, loves to put in the work. And I'm saying 5 because I feel like maybe that'd be like a travel day where like she just couldn't get to do it at some point because she's so busy.
I'm somewhere in the low 3 digits, like 100 and something probably.
Of days off?
Yeah.
That's cool.
At least taking it slow. Morgan Zerkle trying to set the table for Skylar Wallace here, leading off the third against Rachel Garcia. 3 base runners, all free passes. Zerkle fouls that away, keeping the count at 0-2.
First time through the order, Rachel Garcia did a great job of using her rise ball, especially in that last inning. Struck out the side, an 0-2 reach with 3 passes, but 2 or 3 were on that rise ball. Bandits are going to have to see that pitch down to have success against her.
How impressive is Morgan Zerkle? This is a head coach at a mid-major program. Her alma mater, Marshall, just finished her 2nd season there, and she is one of the great players in this league and just seems to keep getting better. She's been so consistent, 6th year with Athletes Unlimited. But her numbers are absurd. 19 hits, a .432 average. She leads the league with 5 home runs. She's not a power hitter at all.
I would not have thought that Morgan Zerkle would have led the league in home runs. Batting average, maybe. Stolen bases, sure, throw that in there. But home runs, we didn't see it coming.
It's off the handle. Nice play by Romero. Picking it off the turf for out number 1.
Read by Romero, just a sinking line drive that she got to because she had such a good read off the bat, but Zerkle got jammed a little bit, and Romero could circle up there.
Sierra has found her home back at her home at second base, where we're used to seeing Sierra Romero play over the years. That's been one of the questions for the Volts, trying to figure out how to balance the lineup versus the defense. So now Romero is back at second base. We didn't see Sis Bates or Jesse Warren at shortstop or third base at all in their final series of the first half. Those 4 games against the Talons, Jesse Warren played an inning at shortstop, not even at third base. They're out there tonight. You just wonder if this is a strategy shift from Kelly Kretschmann and company with this Volts team. Get these elite defenders back out there and see what happens.
And of course, you have Tiare Jennings at first base, who we saw play some shortstop first half. But that is going to be the key, too, especially because when you look at the numbers, leading the league in pitching in terms of ERA, but lowest batting average, and they committed the most errors. So just trying to find that consistency with the bat and with the glove behind their pitchers, and consistency comes, I think, with a consistent lineup.
1-2 to Wallace outside. They did make a defensive trade, and the only trade we've seen in the AUSL so far. They really just swapped center fielders with the Blaze. Sierra Briggs now out in center field for the Volts was a part of that trade. Mackenzie Clark went the other direction, who had been playing center field for the Volts. Briggs was not the everyday center fielder for the Blaze, but that's typically where we've seen her in the past as a 2-time Gold Glover at LSU. Sierra wearing the number 88 out in center field. Got her real number back to start the second half of the season.
It's not been easy to pencil in their lineup, that's for sure, showing up to the ballpark.
Wallace a little indecisive there. That's the 4th strikeout for Rachel Garcia.
Another one on her rise ball, and Chucky, this is the pitch to me that I feel like has moved the most and has looked, I don't want to say the sharpest, but has had the sharpest break to it. Her rise ball, being able to throw it a little bit lower in the zone like that and expand the zone up out of the, over the head, I should say.
That was the 9th swing and miss that Garcia has in the first 3 innings.
A lot of them have been on that rise ball.
This is already budding into one of those games for the Volts where you just feel like you've got to have it. You're getting a fantastic performance early on for Rachel Garcia. Still a lot of time left in this game, but you just can't waste a pitching performance from your ace to start a week.
Well, look, too, she just hit 72. So not only is she able to throw to change speeds with her drop as a different speed and then also her changeup, but then throwing 72 up in the zone is so unique. And she's throwing a lot. I mean, when you look at the innings, the percentage of innings pitched on staff, Rachel Garcia has shouldered the highest chunk of those innings, with Peyton Gottschall being in second place there, but 42% of the innings pitched have come from Rachel Garcia, and her last appearance was a complete game with 8 innings.
Still 2 8-inning complete games. Aaron Coffel just got hit for the 9th time this season. Second time tonight.
Bandits are going to have to try to capitalize on these free passes. So as much as she's getting the swings and misses and the strikeouts and soft contact, 4 free passes through not even 3 innings. Coffel shakes her head after 2 hit by pitches against her alone.
Erin Coffel wants to swing it as much as anybody with a .478 batting average. It's just a .667 on base percentage. That's going up, by the way.
So good. Yeah, getting hit by pitch twice and 2 plate appearances will definitely help that on base percentage, but not help the aches and the bruises, you know.
Outside corner for strike 2 to Bubba Nickles-Camarena.
I bet she's going to go to that drop ball outside or something outside again. This is the pitch that when Garcia has been going up against Bubba, it's a pitch that she's been really leaning on, that outside low way. A bit of a waste pitch there and an 0-2 count, but I bet that drop ball's coming.
Ground ball left side. Warren scoops it up. That'll do it for the third. 3 zeros for Rachel Garcia, but they're looking for offense. We'll talk to actually Erin Coffel coming up next live in the field. .0-0, bottom of the third we go. Volts looking to get something against the hard-throwing lefty Emily Kennedy, the rookie out of Texas A&M, having a great start so far, trying to match Rachel Garcia with another 0. There's Erin Coffel over at second base, having a fantastic season offensively and defensively from Bremen, Indiana, the former Kentucky star, the program's first ever 3-time All-American. She joins us live in the field. Erin, welcome back, the second half of the season. What was your 2-week break like?
Well, I just went and played some more softball with Team USA, so not much of a break, but my second week I got to go home and be with family for a little bit, so that was really rewarding and good to see them. I haven't been home in like 6 months or so it was really good to see them.
Deja Mulipola leading off the inning, 8-9-1 for the Volts here in the third.
Right there!
Erin, when you look at how you're performing this season compared to last season, I know you and I talked a little bit about this in Louisiana, but for people who don't know, what do you feel like has been the biggest difference maker for you this season compared to last pro season?
Yeah, I mean, last year I came off my senior season going into my rookie season, so I was on probably month 5 or 6 of playing softball, so I was pretty worn out, but I mean, everybody's in the same boat that's coming off college. I just think I didn't prepare myself well enough mentally. I think I just let my mind get to me, and I didn't talk very nicely to myself most of the time, so I think this year it's just a lot different.
Base hit for Deja Mulipola to lead off the inning. That'll bring up Sierra Briggs, the center fielder from LSU. This year you spent at Florida as a graduate manager. What was that experience like?
It was absolutely awesome. I can't tell you how much I learned from Coach Walton and Coach Thomas. Yeah, it was spectacular. I got to do defense with them a lot, so I think I improved really well defensively and became more versatile.
Did you have any background with Keegan Rothrock, 2 Gatorade Player of the Years out of Indiana? Was there any familiarity there?
No, not. I mean, I knew of her obviously because she was the big name in Indiana outside of like me and a few others. So obviously I knew of her, but I never faced her. Right there!
Into left field, a base hit for Briggs. Back-to-back singles to start the third.
Yeah, all good. Here we go. All good.
Chance here for Danica Coffey.
Leaving early.
Might have a challenge here. Back to Erin in just a moment. Aaron's comment was correct. I think they're going to challenge the runner leaving early at first base, Mulipola. Our first one of the second half. Didn't take long.
Yeah, and unfortunately, 2025 will not be remembered for the year that the umpire Mike just crushed it for the entire year. Between the college season and the pro season, Chucky, it's been a little bit of a struggle.
It's an epidemic.
It works so well for a couple of years, and we got a little spoiled because it's nice when we can hear them. And then now we're back to the old days where it's kind of hit or miss. But yeah, I have a feeling they're looking at if she left early, and that was pretty close there at first base. Let's see. She's off. Yeah, great. I mean, sometimes as a fan of softball, reviewing this runner leaving early has been the bane of my existence, but when it's for real like this, that you really see her leave early or not, just doing it just to try something, throw a Hail Mary. I mean, that is a great get by the Bandits dugout because she's going to be called out. And with a couple of hits in the bottom of the order, going to pull that momentum right back and get an out right here.
The official word. Don Brown, Steve Gould, and Aaron Golden are umpires this evening. Their communication system might be having issues as well. They're trying to speak to each other on.
Could be.
Have to do this the old-fashioned way. You have to walk over and say it face to face.
Looking at the count, making sure that we get the count right because she's going to be called out for leaving early.
Just a momentum killer, too, after back-to-back base hits. Well, you can see the motion. You might not hear it, but the call changed. Deja Mulipola called for leaving early over at first base. That'll be the first out of the inning.
The lead runner is out for the Bolts.
Oh, wise decision.
Yeah, and looking like Tiare Briggs is just going to come back and hit, too. So that play is completely wiped out. I mean, what a big change of events. Go on from 2 on with no outs, top of the lineup coming up, to 1 down, nobody on.
And I think Emily Kennedy there was actually trying to confirm the count with our home plate umpire Don Brown and also relaying that to the team. So it looks like a 2-2 count is what it's going to be. Just getting everything sorted right now. Briggs trying to get dressed back up for a plate appearance.
So Briggs will be back up, and it's a span of the Volts lineup where there's 3 lefties in a row with Briggs, Danica Coffey, and then Amanda Lorenz. So momentum big time on Kennedy's side, and it's been where she's really thrived in these lefty-on-lefty matchups. Lefties hitting just 150 against her, righties hitting 500 against her. So 3 lefties in a row coming up now.
Popped up and into the stands. A ridiculous catch in the stands. That was like a robbed foul ball. He reached over the back of the stands to keep that in the park.
One hand back up against the wall, kind of bent his back over the fence to reach to get it, and pretty nonchalant about it. Acted like he did that. He does that every day. It's a great catch.
Now it's a 3-1 count. Count was a little bit off early in this at-bat. We're getting everything back in order now. 3-1 the count to Briggs. Inside ball 4, so she'll reach first base anyway.
Okay, Aaron, can you hear us again?
You want to have first base back right here?
Yeah, let's do it. No. Okay, good. Yes, I can hear you. Sorry.
No, we're sorry. I wanted to do one quick follow-up with you about defensively, what you felt like you learned at Florida and from Coach Walton. If there were like 1 or 2 things that you felt like made the biggest difference, what were they?
I just think he made me play third, short, and second. So I was constantly going from one position to the next, and I just think it wasn't like on purpose, but I think I just became a lot more versatile in what I was doing, and I had to make quick adjustments. You know, different angle on the other side of the field at second base, and then third base, you got to be a little quicker and lower to the ground. So I think it was just making quicker adjustments, and I think that just helped me overall in the game of softball, especially at the plate as well.
1-1 count to Danica Coffey back to the top of the order for the Volts with 1 out and 1 on.
Good, yeah, set a girl.
Aaron,
Good, Em.
just a different process, obviously coming out of this year as part of a coaching staff versus a player, and we always talk about the prep for you guys as athletes, how difficult that has to be. What was it like for you going, especially when you get in a week where you have a midweek game and then you have an SEC game? How did you prep for this season?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, I wasn't a coach, but I was, there for 5 or 6 hours of a day. But I think it just showed me a different perspective on the game of softball. I had to learn to really prioritize my stuff at the beginning or the end, and then, be the best that I could be, manage with the softball team. So it was sometimes I was late at night after a midweek, and I was like, all right, going to hit in my game clothes. So you just had to do what you got to do. But yeah, it was tough at sometimes, but it's the game of softball. I love it. I'm doing it for a reason. So
we have loved watching you this season. Appreciate the time, Aaron. We're going to listen in a little bit the rest of this inning.
Thank you.
Hard hit to right center field. Long run for Zerkle, but over to make the catch for out number 2.
I felt like off the bat, she got a little bit more of that. And jammed just enough for that just to be a slightly shallow fly ball to the outfield that just kind of died.
Here's Amanda Lorenz. This is to deep center field. She did get a lot of that one, and it's way out of here. Amanda Lorenz keeps swinging a hot bat, her 3rd of the season, and the Volts are on top 2-0. Doesn't matter where she's at in the order, that's the result you're going to get.
I was just about to say, too, Chucky, if she would have let one pitch pass, I was going to say you have to be careful here. Going up against her with how big she's been swinging it, going back to the last 2 games before the break in Norman, where she hit 2 home runs in 1 game. She is a determined Amanda Lorenz. We saw that in the series at Norman. And she's been playing like it. She's been swinging like it, trying to will this team and get this team back in their winning ways.
Why is she so difficult to get out? We've seen this with other hitters. It's the Haley McKenneys of the world. You just cannot get them out. Why is Lorenz so difficult?
She has a great eye, great discipline, first and foremost, so she doesn't chase a lot. But this is a short swing. She doesn't go up there trying to hit a home run, a level, compact swing that can hit a lot of different pitches. And let's be honest, that pitch that she got early in the count from Emily Kennedy was a big-time miss. You cannot miss there to Amanda Lorenz. And that pitch was right down the heart of the plate, and a hitter like her is going to hit it out of here.
Amanda's hitting over 500 with 2 outs on the season. Talked right off the top of the show. They dropped Amanda Lorenz to the 2-hole. We have not seen her out of the leadoff spot for years. And it just paid off big time. 3-1 low as Romero walks. Let's check in with Savannah with Amanda Lorenz.
Amanda, that was a no-doubter. What were you looking for, if anything in particular?
Just something over the plate, just trying to be more aggressive and get something going.
For this team to be able to jump on a lead like that, how crucial is that? You guys are always looking for momentum and trying to build it.
Yeah, super crucial, especially with how Rachel's pitching right now. She looks really good, so hoping that is enough. But we want to score more, but with how she's throwing right now, it feels like that's going to be enough, so that's fun.
We talked about these teams coming in from the break. What was the refresh, the get-together like for the Volts the past couple days?
Yeah, so much fun to be back together, but also I think everybody needed the break a little bit. I think it's everybody's feeling refreshed, and it's good to be back.
Thanks, Amanda. Appreciate it.
Thanks, go Volts.
How big of a boost would a win against the top team in the league, or one of the top 2 teams in the league, be for this Volts team trying to crawl back as Tiare Jennings pops out, but damage has been done, and it's Amanda Lorenz.
Now ready to get the Volts back in the win column, coming off of a 4-game sweep at Norman. The refresh, the reset. She gets a pitch right over the heart of the plate, and she gives the Volts the lead with a 2-run home run.
Two 2-0 Volts over the Bandits, top of the 4th inning here in Rosemont, Illinois. The AUSL continues tomorrow night on ESPN2 at 7 Eastern. The Volts switching it up. They'll play the Talons, so they get a shot at the top 2 teams in the league. Back-to-back nights. They'll play the Talons on Wednesday as well before we break for Omaha and Seattle. But the opportunity is right there for this Volts team to get 2, maybe 3 games back instantly against those top 2 teams.
And you just can't let this Volts team get hot. They want to get hot. There's just several hitters that you look at their batting average and you just look at it and think how low it is up to this point, and it's just a matter of time before they break through.
The Volts have already played the Blaze 5 times, which means they have only 3 more games against the Blaze. The other 9 are going to be against the top 2 teams in the league. These 2 will face off 4 times at Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas in the middle of this month. That series starts in 10 days. So both of these teams at the bottom half are going to have plenty of shots at the top 2. And they'll definitely be rooting for each other. If you're a Volts fan, you're a Blaze fan right now too, and vice versa. One catches the outside corner to Delaney Wisz, who walked back in the 2nd inning.
By the way, if you're wondering why it sounds like you're at an airport watching this game, it's because we are. We're just close to, or just down the road from O'Hare, so the planes literally take off today. It's kind of different day to day here, but they're taking off today and they go right over, they're right over our field. All the big planes going, I don't know, some domestic, but a lot international. They're big planes that take off this way, I feel like.
What other field or what other stadium in the country do you get like 50 flyovers per game? Oh, man. Wisz way in front of that at the Volts dugout. Bandits have had a runner on every inning, 4 total, and don't have a hit yet.
That's the difference right now, is that the Volts have taken advantage of Emily Kennedy's free passes. Remember, Sierra Briggs was on whenever Lorenz hit that home run. And the Bandits have had chances with runners on, but have not come through.
We'll just make a mark, too, on that 3rd inning for the Volts. Could be 3. Mulipola left early and was called out on the review by Stacy Newman-Denise. How big will that 3rd run be? We will see. Four strikeouts already for Rachel. 1-2. Got her.
This is the pitch that if you're the Bandits, you don't want to chase. You go into the game thinking we can't chase the drop ball of Garcia down and out of the zone, and she gets Wisz to chase there. That not only moved down, but away from her too. 5 strikeouts for Rachel Garcia today. She's thrown 60 pitches and 10 have been swings and misses.
Hard hit. There's Sis. 2 outs.
First pitch swinging. Oh, Dayton keeps her hands inside that one, barrels it up right at Sis, who's playing just inside the baseline, respecting the speed of Bella Dayton, so it gets on her in even more of a hurry. 68 miles an hour off of the bat there.
Ground Ground ball left side. Jessie Warren staying busy on the left side of that infield. Her and Sis Bates have a great connection over there. It's a 1-2-3 inning, the first for Rachel Garcia.
It's an honor for me to get to present this golden ticket to one of our very own Aggies, Emily Kennedy.
I didn't believe it at first. My little league self never thought I would be here, never thought I would be successful in college and let alone be a professional athlete. Me and Amanda have known each other for years. She's an icon whenever she said my name. It took me a minute to realize it was me, but it was just a full circle moment in my life.
With their second pick, the Bandits choose Texas A&M's left-handed pitcher, Emily Kennedy.
When I heard my name being drafted to the Bandits, I was excited. I love my teammates, and my coaches seem really excited to have me here, and I'm excited to play with them.
A special moment for Emily Kennedy in Bryan College Station. What about for you as a former Aggie getting to deliver that?
Very special. I just wanted to get on that golden ticket action.
First pitch into left field. That's going to fall in front of Dayton for a base hit for Mia Scott.
Surprised Bella Dayton didn't get to that. I thought it was in the air long enough. Looked like she kind of slowed up on it. I thought she could have. Maybe it's harder to tell from that angle. I'm just surprised to see her let up on that. You don't want to dive toward the line. We're used to seeing two, Bubba Nickles-Ca in left field and Bella Dayton in right field. So looks like right now, actually, she's talking to Skylar Wallace about it. We just didn't have that exact read that she thought that she needed to have to catch that, but definitely thought that that was going to be caught.
We're going to change here. Rachel Garcia is not going to hit. Sis Bates, who is playing shortstop but not in the lineup, will jump in and grab a bat against Kennedy to try and play a little small ball here potentially.
Well, the unique part about the Bandits getting Emily Kennedy is the fact that, one, the Bandits have 6 pitchers on their pitching staff, which is a surplus in this league compared to the rest of the teams having 5, and a couple of lefties. Also with Taylor McQuillan. So 2 lefties on this pitching staff that has really complemented each other well. And when you look at how the Bandits have pitched up to this season, it looks like each game the plan has gone to plan for them.
Sis slaps it left side. A little hesitation by McKinney, and Sis Bates beats it out.
So a couple of defensive miscues, I'm going to call it. Bella Dayton letting that ball drop in front of her. Looked to me like she could have gotten her or gotten it in the air and then not getting an out here. She thought McKinney thought that she wanted to go to second base, but nobody was covering her. In her mind, nobody was going to get there. And so by the time that she decided to go to first, Sis, with her hustle down the line, is going to be able to make it. And that is the decision-making that speed can cause you as a defender, with speed with Mia Scott going into second and then speed down the baseline with Sis Bates.
Waiting to see how they rule that. Bates on first. Scott on second for the Volts and nobody out. Rachel Garcia going to re-enter to run over at first base. Now a big chance here for Jessie Warren. Outside ball, one, fielder's choice is how they rule it on that last play. Jessie hitting .267 on the season, just 1 extra base hit. Slow roller right side, Coffel to Wallace, not going to get Warren for 2. Set up a first and third with 1 away. Let's go check in with Savannah Collins.
Well, we mentioned the players who were at the USA training camp and All-Star Showcase, and Emily Kennedy was one of those athletes. So 45 minutes before her first game in the red, white, and blue, Coach John Markfeld, the former assistant at OK State, adjusted her grip, worked with her to slow down her off-speed drop, and boom, she has a new pitch now. She used it in her 3 scoreless innings in OKC. She said that you'll see it again today. It just took 45 minutes before her first game, and she has a new pitch unlocked. So it's a little bit different than her normal off-speed drop. It has a further drop, and it's slower.
Throwing against someone who she faced in Oklahoma City. Deja Mulipola, a part of the USA team for the World Games. Kennedy was on the USA All-Stars team that was there. Mulipola wins this battle into left field. Scott comes across, 3-0 Volts.
A couple of hits by Deja off of Emily Kennedy, and I think that we're going to likely see a pitching change here. Bring in Devin Netz, but Deja able to quickly, tightly turn on this inside drop ball, trying to get down to her back foot. It just stays up a little bit, and she's able to barrel it through the left side.
That's something that the Volts desperately need to see. Deja Mulipola has 2 base hits tonight. She had just 1 entering this week. Got here late because she was playing in Japan, but that's a bat that could really change the season for the Volts as Devin Netz gets set for her 5th appearance of the season, 3rd out of the bullpen. 10th overall selection in the AUSL college draft. Finished her career at Arizona this year as a Rawlings Gold Glover. In the circle for Caitlin Lowe, Big 12 Player of the Year and a 2nd-team All-American, and she is that 6th arm you're talking about that the Bandits have that no one else does.
And she's throwing really well. When you talk about players that should be in consideration for Rookie of the Year, definitely Devin Netz comes to mind. The way that she can pitch it and the way that she can swing it too.
Netz enters to face the bottom of the order, Briggs, and then back to the top with Danica Coffey. This is that 3 lefties in a row here against Netz, working with Jordan Roberts behind the plate. Scoreless through 2.5 innings here in Rosemont before the Volts got 2 on the Amanda Lorenz home run, and then another one here thanks to Deja Mulipola.
Every run matters too against this Bandits lineup that offensively has put up the best numbers top to bottom in the league. The way that Rachel Garcia is throwing, even Amanda Lorenz said that 2 seems like enough. So all these insurance runs that they could capitalize on that are on base right now would mean even more.
You know, Sierra Briggs has a walk and a single tonight in 1 at bat back in the 3rd inning. She just had to come back after the single because Mulipola left early, so that single didn't count. Ended up walking anyway. It's going to get out of play for strike 1. First real run-producing opportunity for Sierra Briggs this year. First at bat with runners in scoring position. Sierra, 3-time All-SEC at LSU and a 2-time Gold Glover. Rips that up the middle. There's a base hit. Warren going to be held up at 3rd wisely by Kelly Kretschmann, and the base is now loaded for the top of the order.
Such good hands here by Sierra Briggs, who keeps her feet still and swings away. Gets a really good pitch to hit. Pitch that's a little bit left up in the zone, and Kelly Kretschmann keeps Jesse Warren at 3rd base, understanding that they're at the top of their lineup, less than 2 outs. A lot of potential to score here with the bases loaded and top of the order now here.
.1-0 to Danica Coffey. She's made solid contact both of her times at the plate. A line out to left, a line out to center in her 2 plate appearances. Coffey got her golden ticket from Jenny Finch after a win over Florida in an SEC series late in the season. were there for that one. You just didn't give it out. You were in the booth.
I got to be a spectator for that one and watch it all unfold.
Danica had one of the great reactions. And it was funny because she knew it was her. Beth Tureen had kind of walked up to her and given her a hug, and sometimes that's how it works out. You're a senior on the team, you're the best player maybe, and so she knew that ticket was belonging to her. It was something she had been looking out for, hoping she was going to get one as Nets walks in the 4th run of the game. Well, this is big danger territory here for the Bandits. Still just the 4th inning, but Amanda Lorenz and company might be thinking run rule here with the 8th run standing at the dish and having homered the last time she was at the plate. Same rule as in college, it would be after 5 innings, so the Bandits would get another opportunity should the Volts get to that number. 0-1 to Lorenz. Almost painted the line.
It's one way to clear the bases down the line too, but earlier against Emily Kennedy, first pitch that she saw in her last AB against her, she did this, a pitch out over the plate, and she just did not miss. So hot these last couple of games, 3 home runs for Lorenz in her last 2 games.
0-2. Off speed, Roberts dropped it, and Mulipola thought about it.
It's a good decision with where the Volts are at in their lineup. If you don't know for sure that you can make it, just stay put.
Volts just 5 for 22 with the bases loaded this season. Lorenz, line shot, over to first, double play. That's a trend from the first half of this season continuing. The Bandits were one of the leaders in double plays. They get a big one here.
And so many double plays too on line drives, balls that are in the air. We have seen this over and over again. Line drive as a base runner, you have to freeze and get back quick. Danica Coffey gets doubled off and the Volts threat is ended.
Our next WNBA game tomorrow on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. Asia Wilson and the Aces taking on Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and the Liberty at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Coverage tips with WNBA Countdown at 7. Some fantastic games lately. The Aces over the Fever recently without Caitlin Clark.
Got a lot of aces out on the field and in the stands too. I know. Just go with it. Just feel it.
You won't hear anything from me on that type of comment, all right?
Kind of like this Fleetwood Mac song. You just got to feel it. It's a vibe.
8-9-1 against Rachel Garcia. She's feeling it in the circle right now. 4 scoreless for Rachel. She struck out 5. Had her first 1-2-3 inning in the 4th.
It's so loud. It literally feels like, or it sounds like they're to land on the field. It's so loud.
It vibrates the stadium.
It does.
Off to the beach. This misses to Roberts, 2-1.
And Garcia's done a good job in this game of throwing her game. Throwing both her drop ball and her rise ball through the zone and out of the zone to expand it to get strikeouts up to this point. gone to her curveball a little bit, but I don't feel like as much as she normally does because her rise and her drop, she's been able to throw through the zone and get swings and misses as well and chases with both of those pitches vertically.
Behind 3-1 to Roberts and walks her.
That's a good take right there. And if the Bandits want to have success, that is a pitch that they're going to have to take and not chase like they have in the strikeouts that have led to her success so far. And 5th free pass issued by Rachel Garcia, and the Bandits have yet to even get a runner to third base. So pass the bat mentality here with that leadoff runner getting on for the 2nd time in this game. Leadoff batter getting on, I should say.
Stacey Newman-Denise told us about sometimes it's not the big swing. Everybody wants to be the hero, but it's that pass the bat mentality that really creates momentum up and down the lineup that we've seen for the Bandits all year long. Corey McMillan gonna run over at first for Jordan Roberts. And Sydney McKinney at the plate. Struck out looking to end the 2nd inning in her only at bat tonight. Showing bunt, fouled straight back.
Runner at first base, number 2, Corey McMillan. McMillan running for Roberts.
3rd time through the order, 2 is going to be a big one for the Bandits. And the fact that 3rd time through the order, the Bandits hit .439 as a team. So Sydney McKinney on deck. She's the 9-hole Morgan Zerkle in the hole right now, the leadoff hitter.
Garcia ahead of McKinney 0-2. A 4-run cushion for the Volts ace. Got McKinney. Strikeout number 6.
That pitch has been so hard to sneak it inside to these lefties in the Bandits lineup in McKinney and Zerkle. But look at the pitch location against her. That is a pitch that these lefties have learned to barrel up in the first part of the season, but snakes in the curveball low and in to get McKinney for the first out.
Now the top of the order in Morgan Zerkle. The home run leader in the AUSL with 5. That's the one thing Rachel Garcia has not done this year. She has a great opponent batting average against. She's only given up 1 home run. It is nearly impossible to get back in the game against Garcia with just 1 swing.
Well, it's just crazy, too, to think about how well she's thrown, but coming into this game has a losing record next to her name. She's thrown so well, complete game after complete game, which is tough to do with the hitters in this league.
Zerkle gets under this to center. Briggs tracking it through the wind. There's out number 2.
There's really not even been a lot of contact to the outfield. I think that's actually, quick look, I think that's the first ball even hit to the outfield against Rachel Garcia. A lot of soft contact in the air to the infielders, and that's been the best, I would say, hit ball so far against her.
Skylar Wallace fouls that back for strike 1. That puts Rachel at an even 40 innings pitched on the season. League high, by far a team high, almost 20 more than Gottschall, who is the 2nd most used arm on this Volts team. Wallace is 0 for 2 against her.
Again, going back, 3rd time through the order for the Bandits this season. .439 average, but over a 1,200 OPS. So on base plus slugging, put those 2 numbers together, and over 1,200 as a team is incredible. Rachel Garcia had not necessarily thrown well against them in the couple of appearances that she had. 5 innings pitched and given up 6 earned runs and 8.40 ERA coming in against the Bandits specifically.
A lot of that damage coming in that start where she didn't get out of the first inning, didn't record an out, had a pretty good relief appearance against them in game 1 of that Sulphur series, but lost out against Odyssey Alexander in extra innings. Wallace in a hitter's count. This is someone who could change the game if anyone was going to do it. Another ball to the outfield. Lorenz trots over and makes the play for out number 3. Rachel Garcia, 5 scoreless against the best offense in the AUSL. Nothing. Volts over the Bandits, hoping to add to that tally here in the bottom of the 5th. Well, ESPN and the AUSL announced the launch of the Ultimate Softball Snackdown, a competition to crown the first ever official snack of AUSL. Fans can vote now through July 17th via ESPNW and @Sister Snacking social media to crown their favorite snack. The winning snack will then be crowned the official snack of AUSL on Thursday, July 24th.
They all look so good. That was the first time, to my knowledge, that we're seeing pictures of the snacks, and I'm like kind of drooling a little bit seeing those. They all look so good.
Chocolate? Are you a chocolate person?
I am, but I'll tell you what, that strawberry one had my name written all over it.
Okay.
Do you like chocolate?
I like it all. I like it all. I feel like we should sample these. Not seen that yet, though. Sierra Romero leads off the 5th. 3, 4, and 5 for the Volts.
This has been exactly the start that the Volts needed to start the second half of the season. Scoring in back-to-back innings after that Amanda Lorenz home run to break up a scoreless game, and then put another 2 spot on the back end of that. And then with the way that Rachel Garcia is throwing, the Volts have just been able to control this game and control the Bandits offense with the way that Garcia is throwing. And think about, too, they ended that last inning with a double play turn by the Bandits, but they could have definitely scored more.
Romero grounds out for the first of the 5th. Is there a number here that the Volts could get to this inning, potentially lead-wise, that you would take Rachel Garcia out just to give her a little bit of rest, which she has not had a ton of over the first now 13 games this year?
I don't think so with what I'm seeing on the scoreboard right now.
That's a good point.
There's a bagel out there that's calling my name on the scoreboard.
Oh my goodness, see you later, Tiare Jennings. There's one added to that total with Jennings' 4th of the season.
Tiare needed that. Her last 17 at bat, she had had 0 extra base hits after having 5 in her first 21 5 in her first 21 at bats, and swinging early in the count. That is a free Tiare Jennings swing. Gets a pitch up, it is elevated, and she just gets her barrel to it. 261 feet, 83 miles an hour off the bat. She needed that.
As dangerous a hitter as there is in the league when she's feeling it. We saw it right out of the gates this season, like you mentioned. You just think of all the pieces they have now. We talked about Deja Mulipola, a couple hits tonight, only had 1 coming into this game. Mia Scott has been a little bit slow at the plate since joining this team. She has a hit tonight. Savannah's down in the dugout with Tiare.
Tiare, that felt like a breakthrough moment. Can you take me through the at-bats leading up to that one, the mentality you have to keep to have your moment?
Yeah, I just had to reset. I mean, you're not going to win every at-bat, and coming in there, Sierra and I had a game plan, which is to crush the ball, and that was it. But just resetting after each at-bat, taking in the information, and just having your team's back.
Crush the ball. Check. Thanks, Tiare.
Thank you.
I mean, that's all there is to hitting, Chucky. It's just that easy. You go up thinking crush the ball, and boom, good things are going to happen.
For Tiare, the break and playing with Team USA might have come at the perfect moment for her because she was struggling at the plate. So what better thing could happen than you could spend time with Patty Gasso, your former college coach. Probably no coach knows her better than Patty Gasso and that Oklahoma staff. That Team USA training camp was in Norman. Maybe, just maybe, that helps get Tiare Jennings right. Let's check in with Savannah.
Game, the Volts have only repeated a lineup combination once in all of their outings. And Coach Kreschman says it's been tough. She knows that as a player, all she wanted was consistency. She's been working to figure it out. And I definitely think there's something here with the lineup that they've put together today. So Amanda, Chucky, if you're going into tomorrow, do you keep things the same or do you switch it up again? What do you think?
I would want that same consistency that Coach Kreschman talked about, but it's really hard for me to look at my lineup and see Deja Mulipola in the 8th spot and think that that's going to last a long time. And
Rachel Garcia off the wall. She wants 2 here, and she'll get it, a double. Well, she's feeling good in the 6 hole.
She's another player that needed a free swing like that, looking early in the count, just getting on time with something. We've seen so many mishits, swings and misses, but this is almost an identical pitch location that Tiare Jennings hit her home run, and their hands and their barrel are just able to get to that pitch. I mean, the freeness of those swings is what sticks out to me from both Jennings and Garcia. 77 miles an hour off the bat for that double by Rachel.
They were pressing a little at the end of the first half of the season, weren't they? I mean, it feels like you could see that on the field. They wanted it so bad because of the struggles. It looks like a new team tonight. Jessie Warren smothered by Skylar Wallace, and that'll do it for the 5th, but another run tacked on.
This is the Tiare Jennings swing that we are used to seeing. The connection, the freeness, with a pitch like that off the barrel, 83 miles an hour, and now 3 innings in a row, the Volts have put runs on the board.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is fueled by Gatorade. 3 sellouts in Rosemont, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Everything sold out. 3 days of doubleheaders. Tons of young softball players in attendance, their families, and many others who are excited to see the Bandits here in Rosemont. Not technically the Chicago Bandits, but this is an ode to the Chicago Bandits from the National Pro Fast Pitch Days.
A lot of Bandits gear, a lot of Volts gear, too. People figuring out who their favorite team is and repping their favorite gear. I see a lot of Bandits. Kilfoyle shirt in the stands, too.
Bandits need a big inning to get back in this. Down 5. Aaron Coffel has been hit. Both times she's come to the plate, Garcia stays inside and gets the foul ball. Five runners have reached against Rachel Garcia, all of them free passes. 3 hit batters, 2 walks.
Bandits trying to avoid losing 2 in a row for the first time this season. Last game that they played was against the Blaze, lost 11-3.
Snapped an 8-game losing streak for the Blaze. They have lost some heartbreakers this year too. That's a team that's been so close. They nearly beat the Bandits in game 3 of that series as well. There's a lot of ifs and buts for all these teams. When you look at the Blaze, even a few of the close losses that they've had going the other direction, and you're right in the race. Romero handles that on the ground. 1 out.
Garcia's been pretty efficient too. 82 pitches going into this 6th inning. She's known to have a little bit higher of a pitch count, or can, and honestly still throws really well. 140 pitches into the game, like she does 80 pitches into the game. She is a workhorse and can go deep into games with pitch count and innings.
Again, facing her former teammate, Bubba Nickles-Ca, and current teammate, for that matter, for Team USA.
So the probable starters for the Volts is, of course, Rachel Garcia, no longer probable. It actually happened. And then Sam Landry tomorrow, and then Mariah Masson on Wednesday. So probable pitchers for the Volts, and with the outing that they're getting from Rachel Garcia, looks like that would stay on track.
There it is, the first hit of the night for Bubba Nickles-Ca and the Bandits.
Breaking up that no-hitter. Had one rolling. And her former teammate says, not on my watch. They actually worked her inside. Usually they stay away from Bubba. The outside corner with curve and drop, but they work her inside, and she's able to get her hands to it right back up the middle.
Back-to-back Bruins to face Garcia. Wisz now at the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk tonight.
Just been stringing things together that the Bandits have not been able to do because of the way that Rachel Garcia has been able to work against them tonight. She's not allowed back-to-back hitters to reach in any inning. Now, there's been a walk, a hit by pitch here and there, and now a hit here, but Bandits just have not been able to pass the bat. Really no productive outs either at all.
Wisz ahead 2-0 and swinging that inside pitch for strike 1. I'll ask you the same question I asked you last inning. 5-run lead, 5 outs away. Any interest in Rachel Garcia potentially not coming out in the 7th if it stays this way?
I don't think so. With the low pitch count that she has, if she was up 110 pitches, 100 even, I would maybe start to think about it. But you have to see, too, how the Bandits handle this inning here. With middle of their lineup coming up, Wisz, Dayton, and the Nets. And somebody reaching, how many pitches is she going to have to throw in this inning to get out of it?
Walks Delaney Wisz.
First time back-to-back hitters have reached against her.
Get an all-access look into the 2nd annual Fanatics Fest, the world's largest arena for sports collecting and culture, with 6 iconic athletes and fans. Behind-the-scenes premiere is tonight at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN, and streaming on ESPN Plus at 10 Eastern. That event held June 20th through the 22nd in New York City.
Next up, the left fielder, number 6, Bella Dayton.
Well, here it is. Best opportunity of the night for the Bandits, and it's Bella Dayton at the plate, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a line out. Takes strike 1 in the outside corner.
pitch missed. Screwball out. Doesn't throw many screwballs. Maybe that got the umpire a little bit off guard.
Evens the count at 1-1. Big swing from Dayton through that for strike 2.
She's gotten her to chase that pitch a few times. I would try to go right back to it. Maybe use the setup pitch to then go back to the rise ball, but try to get her on that pitch again.
Got her in the outside corner. Strikeout number 7 for Garcia.
It goes back to the screwball that she did not get called. Gets a call this time. Mulipola sticks it for the 7th strikeout for Garcia in this game.
Season high is 9, which she did against the Blaze. Strike 1 to Devin Netz, trying to help her own cause. Garcia just finding all parts of the zone right now. 0-2.
It's a pitch that's made life so difficult for these Bandits, is her being able to locate that off-speed drop ball that she'll throw through the strike zone, even for a called strike.
Up and over the press box. Bandits have not had a lot of opportunities with runners in scoring position. 0 for 3 in those spots tonight.
Still yet to get a runner to third base.
Another 0-2 from Garcia.
I just feel like if Rachel Garcia doesn't have that drop ball, that's like her third speed, I think it totally changes her game, her ability to go deep into games, and just her ability to set up pitches. That drop ball, that off-speed drop ball that she'll throw alongside a changeup, by the way, that's like in the high 50s, her drop ball at like 64, 65. That is the pitch for her that sets up everything else. And it just gives hitters fits. It's so tough to barrel up that pitch and recognize it out of her hand and get on time with it. And you want to chase it.
Nets skies this foul territory. Lorenz calling off Warren to make the catch. Rachel Garcia strands a pair, still has the shutout rolling through 6. Long ball for the Volts, treating them well tonight. Amanda Lorenz, Tiare Jennings, a couple of those blasts. 5-0. Scored in each of the last 3 frames, 2-2 and 1. It's been an all-around great night for the Volts. They have played well in all 3 phases tonight. They've thrown it well. They've played great defense. And the offense has been there in front of a sold-out crowd here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont.
I mean, let's be honest, between both of these teams, who needed this win more was far and away the Volts if they're going to try to make a run here, which they absolutely can do. A lot of games left. Need a little bit of help. You need the Bandits and the Talons to lose some, but you can take part in giving them losses right now when you face them, starting today. Make a comeback to get back into this thing.
Basically 6 games in 6 days for all of these teams. But for the Blaze and the Volts, your season's on the line right here. In the next 6 days, if you can rattle off 4 or 5 wins over that time, things are going to get real interesting for the race to Tuscaloosa.
Well, I think that you enter into part 2 of the season knowing that your offense has so much room for improvement and has just yet to peak, hitting .263 as a team, which is in last place in the league. So worst batting average in the league, knowing that you have a hitter like Mulipola hitting in the 8th spot and hasn't quite got hot yet. Same thing with Rachel Garcia. She's been pretty quiet. A couple of hitters that can step up, they can add some punch quickly to your lineup.
Mulipola fighting to make this count full. 3 hits on the season, 2 of them are tonight. Still looking for her first extra base hit. Big swing through that. Strikeout number 2 for Devin Nets.
I think the biggest difference, too, and what the Volts are going to need to do is beat somebody other than the Blaze and have their offense show up against the Bandits and against the Talons, because when you look at their offensive numbers against the Blaze versus the 2 other teams, it's just not as strong. So versus the Bandits, especially, they're only scoring 2 runs a game, hitting .210, entering this game against the Bandits. They have handled them well, but against the rest of the league, scoring a few more runs per game, hitting a little bit higher batting average there, and more extra base hits especially.
0-7 against the Bandits and the Talons, including a sweep in Sulphur by the Bandits, and then a 4-game sweep from the Talons to finish the first half. So we have a pitching change. It'll be Lexi Kilfoyle out of the pen with 1 out, nobody on when we come back. Lexi Kilfoyle, the new pitcher for the Bandits, facing the bottom of the order, Sierra Briggs, with 1 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. The Bandits will have 1 more opportunity in the 7th to make a late charge. Kilfoyle from Lando Lakes, Florida, started her college career at Alabama, but finished as a star at Oklahoma State for 2 years. 2024 Big 12 Pitcher of the Year and first team All-American.
In a way, we were surprised to not see her get the start in game 1, her being what I would consider is the ace of this Bandit staff. She's the probable starter actually for game 3. Probable starter for game 2 tomorrow is Sarah Willis. We'll see if they stick to that. But in talking to Stacey Newman-Denise about how they wanted to use Lexi Kilfoyle and their pitching staff, they wanted to see her come in late in games.
Retires Briggs.
And they also wanted to see a little bit more out of their other pitchers, like a Sarah Willis getting the start, the probable start tomorrow, like an Emily Kennedy getting the start of game 1 today. Kilfoyle is going to work mostly her drop ball and her changeup. She'll throw her curve and her screw sparingly, but that drop ball is her go-to pitch. Throws it 63% of the time and tunnels that changeup well with that drop.
Coffey takes strike 1 against Kilfoyle. Danica 0 for 2 with a walk. RBI on that walk with the bases loaded back in the 4th inning.
When you're in the Bandits position towards the top of the league with the Talons, you have the ability to try some new things. You have the luxury, I would say, of not starting Lexi Kilfoyle in game 1, feeling like you go into this game like every game is a must win, back against the wall, kind of like the Volts and the Blaze are probably feeling in the second half of the season, because right now the Bandits and the Talons are at the top. They're the top 2 going to face each other if the season ended today in the Champ Series in Tuscaloosa and go at it to win a championship. And the Volts and the Blaze are outside looking in, so it is must-win situations for them today.
Good spot from Kilfoyle for strike 2. Potential to be back-to-back losses for the Bandits, like you said, for the first time this season. For the Volts, they could snap a 4-game losing streak with this win. Make themselves just 4 games back from one of those top 2 spots. Entered the night 5 games back of the Bandits and Talons. Wallace to first, low throw. Coffey is on.
easily should have been out number 3, but this throw is a little bit low, and Wisz is just not able to pick this short hop. Throw she'd probably tell you she should have had. Obviously not the best of throws, so she has to go down and pick it, but I think she'd tell you that she needs to get that, and that will go down as E3.
That gets by Roberts, so Coffey able to take second base. Visit here, the Bandits infield.
A little, defensive miscues that we're not used to seeing from the Bandits in this game. Little opportunities, Dayton, and then fielder's choice potential that no out got recorded, and then that error right there followed by a pass ball.
1-0 to Lorenz. Catches the inside corner, strike one. Off the handle, Zerkle coming in, sliding and making the catch for out number 3. That'll do it for the 6th. The Volts 3 outs away from a big win to start the second half of the season. Don't forget our next WNBA game tomorrow on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. Asia Wilson and the Aces taking on Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and the Liberty at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Coverage tipping with WNBA Countdown at 7. Big week on our ESPN family of networks. We were both watching Wimbledon today. That was some interesting stuff. Thought Yannick Sinner was going to go down, but wasn't meant to be.
Poor Dimitrov.
Look at us.
Retire. I know. Look at us talking
tennis.
So in.
Sophisticated.
I've been locked in. Especially with no softball being on. It's been Astros at night, Wimbledon during the day for me. I've been all about it.
Last chance for the Bandits. 8-9-1 here in the 7th. Jordan Roberts to lead things off against Garcia. Fouls it back, strike one. Roberts has reached once with a walk in the 5th inning.
How nice is it to have this cooler weather, too? 74 degrees? Oh, goodness, coming from Texas, this feels like a winter day.
In 2 hours, we might be even a bit chilly.
I brought my jacket. I'm wearing pants. I haven't had to do that in a while.
Big swing from Roberts for strike 2. First of 6 games in 3 days here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex. Ooh, fouled back in the gut. Home plate umpire Don Brown. Forgot him on the hand. He kind of shook his hand immediately.
Got him on the shoulder.
Ooh. In the sweet spot under the pad or around the pad there too.
From Roberts, catcher on the other side, just checking in with them. Been right next to each other all game. Mulipola. A lot of quality time that those catchers spend right next to the home plate umpire.
Deja went out and talked to Rachel Garcia for just a moment to give him an extra chance to have a breather. Another 2-2 to Roberts. Inside ball 4. Fourth walk of the night, 3 hit by pitches as well for Rachel Garcia. She looks to close out this game. Looking for her 3rd complete game.
And she's had a strikeout in every inning except for the first. So 7 strikeouts for Rachel. Today, her rise ball has been working, throwing her curveball a bit, a pitch that even missed its spot and still got a called strike. But that rise ball has been absolutely electric, complemented with her off-speed drop ball that she just threw there.
That was a tough one for Jennings. It just kissed the top of first base. Threw her off just enough to put Sydney McKinney on first.
This will now be the 4th time through the order against Garcia. We'll see if Coach Crutchman is going to make a change, but McKinney hangs on to that drop ball that, I don't know if it actually hit the base or just gave the illusion. Maybe it did just a little bit, just to throw Tiare Jennings off enough where she cannot field that ground ball. Go down as an error on her.
It's a tough one. You're just probably thinking as a first baseman, this could come up and hit me in the face if this hits right. Corey McMillan going to run at second base for Roberts. Still a long way to go for the Bandits, but here we are. 2 on, nobody out, and the top of the order stepping up. Morgan Zerkle 0 for 3. Zerkle to center field, ran down by Briggs. That'll move McMillan up to 3rd. The Volts will take it.
She really had the 2 best swings off of Rachel in this game in her last 2 at-bats. Deep fly balls to center field, well struck, but an out, and that's exactly what the Volts and Rachel Garcia need right now.
Morgan Zerkle, 19 hits in 12 games entering tonight. So for her to be 0 for 4 does not happen often. Skylar Wallace watches the pitch upstairs.
She has reached safely in every game up to this point. So that at risk tonight for Skylar Wallace as she is yet to reach in this game.
An 11-game hit streak for Skylar Wallace on the line right here. Her and Zerkle combined 0 for 7. Throw Bella Dayton into that. She's down in the 6 hole, but she's hitting .394 on the season. 0 for 10 on those 3 hitters who are hitting somewhere in the neighborhood of about .425 combined.
Aaron Coffel has reached twice, but 1 through 3 in the lineup for the Bandits is 0 for as well. This does not happen very often. I mean, these batting averages at the top of the order for the Bandits have been gaudy. Morgan Zerkle, .432 coming into this game. Skylar Wallace, .359, and then Aaron Coffel, .478.
Six players in this Bandits lineup hit .350 or better. 3 of them hit .430 or better. They've got 3 players with 11 or more RBIs.
This is why it comes down to late in this game why it is such a big deal that the score is 5-0 right now, and the Volts scored in back-to-back-to-back innings, 3 innings in a row, and innings 3 through 5. Because now, if you give up a home run, remember the Bandits are leading the league in home runs. If you give up a home run, you're still ahead. You still have a 2-run lead at this point. The only other time that the Volts scored in 3 straight innings the way that they did today was way back June 8th against the Blaze in a 10-3 win.
Got Wallace top of the zone. Skylar can't believe it. That's strikeout number 8.
Getting the very top of the zone. I'm not sure if anybody thought that was going to be a strike. Garcia gets the call with the rise ball that, as we mentioned, she has been able to throw well through the zone tonight.
There's a little more space at the top of the zone in the AUSL, but Tyler Wallace not agreeing with that call. 2 outs and 2 on for Erin Coffel, who's been clutch in so many moments. It's not enough ducks on the pond for her to make enough of an impact with one swing. A great performance from Garcia, looking for her 3rd complete game of the season, and the offense producing for the Volts. For the 7th time this year, they've scored 5 or more runs, but we talked about it. On the flip side, 2 or less on 5 occasions, so it's just been so up and down offensively. They're getting the big production tonight, and they're doing it against the 2nd best pitching staff in the league. 2-2, slow roller. Sis Bates on the move, not in time. The shutout broken up as McMillan scores.
Good hustle by Erin Coffel on ball. It's off the end of the bat and in between Sis and Jessie Warren over there on the left side of the infield. Sis does everything that she can, but great hustle by Coffel to get down the line and extend this game.
Now Bubba takes strike 1. A lot of power in this bat. 3 home runs on the season. Falls behind 0-2. Garcia trying to end it here. Just misses.
Great spot in an 0-2 count, but just a little bit outside, and just a good take by Bubba. Got a hit off of Rachel, her last at bat on an inside pitch, and now, of course, Garcia sticking with outside pitches against her, which is the way to go.
In the air to center field. Briggs coming in. Romero calling it. Briggs lost it. Another run scores. Briggs calling off Romero late, and then it just popped out of her glove.
It's in the air for a long time, and you see Sierra Romero go back hard on it, and then Briggs ended up calling her off, and it was right there in her glove. They traded Briggs for her defense. This is just an uncharacteristic mistake. It will go down as a single, but Sierra Briggs is going to tell you that she should catch that ball 10 out of 10 times.
Things just got really interesting here in the 7th. The tying run stepping to the plate in the form of Delaney Wisz. Ball 1. And they did actually change that just now to an error on Briggs in center.
I think that's a good call. 2 errors in this inning for the Volts. Remember, coming into this game, leading the league in errors, lowest fielding percentage in the league. And there was so much good energy from the Volts, and you're talking about the outing that they were getting, the defense that they were getting, the offense that they were getting, that you just wanted, if you're them, to come out here and play a complete game start to finish. Now, game time run quickly at the plate.
This would be devastating for the Volts. 3rd in the standings, trying to make their way back up. They're going to have to beat the Talons and the Bandits in order to do it. This would be a huge win over one of the league's top teams. 3-1 coming to Delaney Wisz, the tying run. Wisz into left field, and they keep it going. And now the go-ahead run steps to the plate.
It's a little backdoor curveball that Rachel Garcia has to come with in a hitter's count. Needs a strike, and a 3-1 count goes to her backdoor curve. It's a little bit elevated. She's now 130 pitches into this game.
Inside to Bella Dayton, ball one. It's Rachel Garcia going to get an opportunity to close this out. First and second, 2 outs in the 7th.
Remember, Rachel Garcia had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning with 1 out.
There's strike one. Wallace struck out to make it 2 outs, and then Coffel with the RBI single, the error, and then another single from Wisz. As Dayton fouls that back to even the count at 2-2. That pitch came in at 75 miles per hour from Rachel Garcia. Two-two.
What a take. And a great at bat by Dayton, fouling off a rise ball that she struck out on at a great swing. The pitch before this, then taking this screwball.
3-2. Just tipped it, or did she? Yes, she did. For a moment, Dayton wasn't sure, so she took off her first. Actually, probably would have worked out for the Bandits because they should have been there. Bella Dayton is 0 for 3 tonight. She has struck out twice against Garcia. The other was a hard-hit line drive to Sis Bates. Got her swinging! Strikeout number 9 for Garcia. The 37th pitch of the 7th inning matches a season high with those 9 strikeouts. The Volts, a much-needed win to start the second half of the season against one of the league's best. Athletes Unlimited Softball League continues tomorrow, 7 Eastern. Volts and Talons right here on ESPN2. For Amanda Scarborough, Savannah Collins, and our whole crew, I'm Chucky Kemp. We'll see you then.